In this video I'm going to discuss my plan and one of the main purposes of my YouTube channel. My goal is to build a feudal village called the Magic Kingdom. It will be a home for magic practitioners, pagans, people who believe in magic, martial artists, and dignified people who share our ideals. Keep in mind everything I will discuss about the village is a blueprint of what I hope to achieve. Some details may change if better ideas come along, but the core vision will remain the same. What the village will look like. The basic layout of the village will be a feudal castle village. It will have a basic and cheap castle made of cement or stone at its head, which will serve as the community center, which will be open to everyone. It will also be a shelter in emergencies. The castle will be surrounded by village houses and stores leading up to the castle entrance. There will be a magic school for beginners and advanced practitioners. There will also be a training ground for martial artists and magic practitioners on the outskirts of the village. The village will have a pagan temple as well as statues of pagan gods. Keep in mind the money will be tight at first, so simple structures of wood might be used temporarily for some of these buildings. The farmland will be divided into three. 1/3 will be private farmland, 1/3 will be state farmland, and 1/3 will be the people's farmland to use and farm as they please. It is a traditionalist value for people to be able to work the land so they can be their own man or woman and support themselves financially, if they so choose. The village will be a mixture of the ancient and the modern, the best of the old and the new. What will the government administration be? Keep in mind the smaller the village, the less technical the government will need to be, so some of what I am saying may be frivolous and unnecessary. For example, if the village only had 50 people, having a complex government would be pointless. 1 or 2 people could probably administer over the whole village. I'm just mentioning this to give you an idea of what life in the village could be like. The government will be a traditionalist monarchy. The head of state will be a monarch with a technocracy/meritocracy under him, essentially the best and the brightest of martial or civil officials. There will be a basic democracy, which will be an open forum for people to discuss their problems and what they would like the village leaders to do about them. There will also be a constitution of guaranteed rights, which will be called the rights of free men and women. The economic system will be state capitalism and revised mercantilism without any invasive bureaucracy. To put it simply, the economy will be a mixture of state-owned and private-owned. The kingdom will monitor and regulate the economy to ensure everyone is protected. If you can't get a job, the kingdom will provide you with one. I will guarantee 0% unemployment, which will be guaranteed under the Constitution. What will the culture be like? It will mostly be a mixture of Western magic and mysticism and traditionalism. Because I am seeking magic practitioners, pagans, people who believe in magic, and martial artists, the village will reflect mostly those backgrounds. I am a stern individualist, so people can express themselves however they like. I will not control what you say or do. For example, if you changed your name to Star Moon and turned up to work in a rainbow suit, you would not get into any trouble. The only thing I am firm on is that everyone treat each other with respect. There will be no outcasts and no outgroups in the village. We will lift each other up, not beat each other down. In the village we will all be united and work together for the future of the kingdom. Why am I doing this? As a sorcerer, I am happy and I am proud of who I am. However, when I look out at the modern world, I am not happy with what I see. Every day is the same. Everything is always about money. You get treated like a machine. People are rude and disrespectful. Conformity is out of control. Our religion is oppressed. I am an outcast, and the world is filled with evil. I will never be content with appalling conditions. Building the village is the only way I can see myself escaping. Even if I am all alone in the village, I will truly be happy. I will breathe a deep sigh of relief and say it's finally over. What is my plan to build a village? There are others who have tried to build their own village, and some have achieved some success. There are a few environmentalist eco-villages out there, so it can be done. One is in India, and the other is in Switzerland, I believe. Others, such as the libertarians, have struggled to do something similar, but I believe they want more autonomy than the environmentalists. The strategy I've been trying so far is investing in building up my wealth, to essentially buy my way into building a village. However, my gains have been slow to say the least. I've also been moving around a lot to gather information. I've also been seeking advice. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what my next move should be. I need three things to succeed: land to build on, and permission from a government to do so, because there is little to no unclaimed land out there. The last thing I would need is money to build the village necessities. How much it would cost is debatable. I've talked with another sorcerer about this, as he was planning to do something similar. I believe the land and the permission is the hard part. The cost for the basics could be quite low. I've considered bringing my case before the United Nations, but my YouTube channel is quite small and I don't have a lot of money, so I don't think they would hear me out. So this is the part where I ask you for money, right? Well, I'm not going to. Even though I have a Patreon page, I'm not going to be one of those distasteful leaders who constantly hit their followers up for money. However, there are other ways you could help, if you like. You can spread the word about what I'm doing by sharing my videos, etc. There is also intel, which can be worth more than money sometimes. One piece of information can change everything. If you can give me advice about where I could go to build a village or how I could raise enough money to do so, feel free to comment below or contact me.